Hey everyone, and welcome back to Building on 16. I'm Jason, and today I'm standing out front here of our tiny house here on our property. We have a small project that I want to do, but it's going to require a lot of work and a lot of equipment. So let me show you what we're going to be doing. All right, so this is the front yard here at the tiny house. Very small, matches the house, but as you see, it needs a lot of work. We have beautiful walkway put in, some nice landscaping. I mean, check out that landscaping. Really nice. Professional must have done that. All right, but the yard is a mess. And when it rains, it's mud. When it's dry, it's dusty. And this stuff here, this, rock hard. Nothing's really gonna grow here anyways. And then we have this guy. This super tall poplar. Not a very big tree in diameter, but it's super tall, and I want to go ahead and get rid of that. We decided to keep it initially, but now I realize that it's going to probably create problems down the road up over here on the house. So we're going to drop that first, and then we're going to work on getting this soil prepped and getting some sod laid. All right, so we get situated here. So I'm going to make my cut on the tree. Get my safety gear. I love these little helmets here. Comes with the earmuffs, in case anything falls on your head, a little hard hat, plus the screen, keeps everything out of your face, which I love. But again, so behind me is the area that has fallen. You see that tree right there, the little little split tree. It's a sweet gum. I don't really care anything about it, so I'm following that direction. Hopefully it doesn't get hung up too bad in the trees. If so, I'll use the skid steer and pull it back and work on getting it cut up into sections and then hauling it out of here. So let's make our cuts. All right, successful fall. That couldn't have gone any better for me. It did not get hung up. I don't have a whole lot of extra work to do now. And so now I can just cut it up into sections. It's really not big enough for me to do much with. As far as like putting it on the sawmill, maybe this bottom section, I could get some fence boards out of it if I wanted to, but we'll see. I'll cut it up into 8-foot sections and put it off to the side. But love that fall. All right, so again, I'm gonna get this cut up into sections, but before I get too much further in the video, I'm gonna make sure that everybody is subscribed and following along, because I will be doing a full build video on the tiny house. And so you wanna make sure that you are following along for that, because I will go through, show you how we did everything and what it started from and what it is now. All right, successful tree drop and successful cleanup. It's not 100% complete, but the majority of the tree is gone. Now we've got to move on to this stump. Let's take a look at it and see what we got to do to get rid of it. All right, so now we're left with roughly a 19-inch stump to remove. And let me walk on over here and show you the next piece of equipment we're going to use on this little job. All right, so this is a little DR stump grinder. Not sponsored by anything in this video, but it is something we personally purchased and I've used a few times here on the property. This will be the first time I'll be showing it in a video. So I'm going to work on getting that stump ground down with this stump grinder, and hopefully that we can get it below grade so I can get the rest of that area prepared for the sod that we're going to be putting down. That worked out pretty well. That's the largest stump that I've ground with this stump grinder. Did pretty good. If you look, really wasn't a lot of work. I mean, we've got some fine chips in the dirt well below the grade here because I'm about to go through here and loosen all this up. And if you're wondering how I'm going to do this rock hard dirt, I'm glad you asked because I have a special piece of equipment for that as well. You would never think that 500 square feet of turf area for one pallet of sod we're going to lay would require this much equipment. But you're about to find out what the next one is. Here we go. All right, so this is how I plan on prepping this yard. This is a 84-inch Harley rake that I use for the driveway around here and the trail systems that I use to keep them groomed. But today we're gonna be using this on 500 square feet of turf prep, and it ought to knock it out pretty quickly, probably 2 passes, 1 on each side. No, I'm just kidding. It'll take more than that to get this leveled out, but this will bust it up very easily and help me make sure this is smooth. I can put the soil down, put this sod down, and we should have a good chance of the sod taking and it'd be really smooth. All right, one last look at this desert of a yard before I get this thing prepped and ready for some sod. Now this is gonna get real dusty, so I hope you guys can see everything after I put up this cloud of dust, but got a couple cameras set up. Hopefully you'll see this thing in action. right, time for the heavy lifting and the part that makes all the difference. I've got the soil mixed in pretty good. When you get my age, you forget how much work that part actually is, but ready to put these rolls out onto the ground and see what a difference that's going to make. Well, I ran just a few pieces short. We'll go pick those up, but look at that. Look at that difference. Instant yard. You gotta love that. A lot of work, but it pays off. Sod is the way to go, if you ask me, especially with this warm season grass like Bermuda, because the seed is super hard to plant on this. But anyways, I'm running out of daylight. I'm filthy. I'm gonna go take a shower. If you like videos like this, deals with tiny houses, equipment, firewood, sawmills, think about subscribing to our channel. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next one.